the book of tephi. Tephi was removed from Babylon. She went to the island of the towers around 587 BC. The island of the towers is Ireland. And then it says that her sisters died young because they stayed in Egypt, but she lived a long time. It also says something about the prophet of God who came to reap and sow. So it mentions Ezekiel, David. It mentions David being coming here. There is there. Look, my sisters, ye mourned not for Zion, though short was your days and sad, because she's dead in Egypt. Egypt kills people. No, that's where there's desert all around them pyramids. And then it says down here, the island of the towers. Look, something about the prophet of God, the holy hill. That'd be the hill of the Torah, the hill of Tara. What else? It says, therewith is my sorrow written on the cave on the stone by the scribes. And seek, there's a cave somewhere with something written. Their place shall be hidden yet, therewith in my story written, and carved on the stone by the scribes. So she says she has something hidden here for us in a cave somewhere. And the secrets of things which shall be, and the name of 11 tribes, at the end of their days appointed. Judah, but Judah goes thither and fro, as a stricken lion in a pit, there the hour of the final woe. So she's talking about the end of days. There's something hidden in a cave. She read something on a cave. And the 11 tribes, one of the in the Bible it says, Dan, the Lord will visit the calamity of Esau upon the Dan at the time he will visit them. So that's obviously the Dan, because there it mentions the Dan whose plot was a child of the Danites. Now a ship drew near into haven, a ship from far off seas, whose plot was a child of the Danites, who sailed and filled the breeze. So the Dan has been messing around with the other tribes since then. As I said, till broke the scribe finding tides out of the islands of the west. So it's definitely Ireland, because Ireland is north west of Egypt. And at the front of this page there's a tower. It's not the only place with towers. Shangri-La has towers. You can see that if you Google towers in the Himalayas. They fill them with salt. Salt disperses negative energy and makes you live a bit longer. Apparently, it's in the towers. So, we mentioned David here as well. Hold on a second. The prophet, the angel of the Lord, who came to reap, but later he comes back to sow. So in the Bible it says, I will set my hand a second time to recover the remnant of his people. So at one stage, called us Goyim on the island. Far off well to the west, the home of the remnant of the Dan. So when we were sent here as the Milesians, the two at the Dan were here, and we had to defeat them. So the sons of Mishmael will defeat the daughter of David, shepherd of Judah, the tribe of the lion. So David is the shepherd of Judah. So the three lions are up here on Brian Boru's. If you look at Brian Boru's shield, he has 3 lions on it. Brian the Hebrew, or Brian the bow, strong bow. I've made your face strong against their faces. So strong doesn't mean you have muscles in old Christian or Hebrew teaching. Strong means you have a set of horns on your head. So that's definitely King David, because it says in Psalms 132, there will I cause David's horns to bud. So there's more evidence that David had horns, and he's actually Judah. Crying the night, O Judah, the wise man covered her face. powerful young lion slain. So Slain is another place in Ireland, but it's up in the Boyne Valley. So Strongbow, who was probably Patrick, Saint Patrick. Patrick is not his name. It's a title means patricius. It means something. It's a similar title to a bishop. And so Patrick came here with 5,000 Roman troops and slaughtered all the kings. His name can be found in all the places that Brian Boru was found. Brian Boru went and killed the kings, and so we got the castle. It's called Patrick's Rock. That's where Brian Boru was crowned High King. So it says in the book of, spare not the ancients, where Elijah is told to kill the ancients and spare not the men of his own house. So it actually corresponds with what this book is saying, where he was sent to reap and later sow. So that means in the Bible the Lord says, I would set my hand a second time to recover the remnant of his people. So let me just pause this and I'll find it, where it says he set to reap and sow. Now remember that they're saying that the towers on this island were only built in the Middle Ages. This book dates back to 500 BC, around that time, and there was towers on this island, but the actual carbon dating saying that they were only built in the Middle Ages. But that could be because they were filled with salt, and that this island was very hard to find in the past. This island was called High Brazil, and part of it sank. That's what we call the English Channel, or the Irish Channel between Britain and Ireland. It was actually called High Brazil, and it was one island at one stage. But because of all the building of the churches in France and all, it affected the weather patterns, and it parted the Lord's land because he was wrought with us. So it has a different spelling for Jehovah here. It's an ancient book and it spells Yahvehs. So it's Yahvehs will, not Jehovah. According to this, we're pronouncing it wrong. And the holy hill would be the hill of Tara. And there is a place in the hill of Tara where it has a carving inside a cave, and it's called the Mound of the Hostages, and it has a carving just inside the cave. So that could be the map to the Ark of the Covenant. That's where it was hid till it could be hid there. It mentions a cave and stuff like that, and underneath it, when they done the what do you call it, where they measure the ground with the sound waves, come back to me, just geophysics. When they done the geophysics, there's an oval-shaped cave under the hill of Tara. Now remember, if you're an angel and you have wings, which there's images of King David having wings. Do you ever see those ants that they use a brick as a pneumatic drill? When they vibrate their wings, you could bury anything, like the same system. So let me find this. I'd say that's probably where the Ark of the Covenant is hidden, on the holy hill of the Torah. And there's been a lot of sneaky digging by the Dan up against the wall. They've been there for 2 years, so maybe the Dan is trying to find that's what their sneaky plan is. The OPW, the Office of that Persecutes Warriors, or the Office of Piss and Waffle. I'm trying to find the Ark of the Covenant before we do, the remnant. There's a lot of people talking about why it took them 2 years to build a small little wall. So I'm going to just pause this and find out what it'll be. There is tender twig of the cedar, yet sheltered of prophecies. The prophet of God revealed this. Is not his speech made plain? He came to root and destroy. He went forth to plant again. So obviously, there's a verse in the Bible where he says that he should lash us over. Brian Boru spent 20 years lashing everybody over on this island. There's no evidence for the Battle of Clontarf. There's no evidence for the Battle of the Boyne either. But what there is evidence for is damn treachery and lies and intimidation and disgraceful conduct by the people who've ruled these islands. They teach people lies and mess their heads up, and then they pump them full of pharmaceutical drugs to medicate them, because deep down something inside they know that they're being filled full of shit, and they try to self-medicate to it's called escapism. You're meant to use cocaine and opium for stuff like that, the medicine of the leaf.